what's up fellow YouTubers, Brew tubers? So the weird thing was I had a really long weekend. I've had a lot of work that I've had to do, so been quite busy and trying to fit some family around it, but got off a little bit early today, Monday, and even though I've got something in the fermenter, I thought I'd check the gravity on it. It's down to 1010. It's a chocolate milk stout that I got from Wilco, just a kit. It doesn't taste great. Basically I chucked in loads of dried peanut butter, like powdered peanut butter, 180 grams of that. And I can't taste any peanut butter, but I can taste almost like a fusel type flavour to it. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to cold crash it over the next few days. I'll put it in a keg and I will carve it up and bottle it and just see how it comes out. But what I've decided to do today, so I'm still on the old kit and it's a bit messy there because I had to rip everything out in a rush. I've decided to do it's a take on the extra special bitter from James Morton's book Brew. The grain bill is pretty much the same, but I ran out of, I didn't have any Challenger hops. So I've used Fuggles for the bittering and then East Kent Goldings for the flavour and aroma. So it should be okay. It's all managed to work itself out okay. I did put a question on the BrewTube forums about which yeast to use. I was thinking maybe to use the Kveik, but I'm not sure if you use a Kveik in a bitter. But I then looked in the book subsequently, and I noticed WLP 002's in there, and I have some which I've harvested, which I really need to use because it's two and a half months old now. It's in the fridge, but there's enough in each jar to be probably enough for a double batch, so I'll probably just pitch an entire jar, losing a bit of the viability. So for today, it's I've just finished the whirlpool and I'm just waiting for all of the movement to stop in the wort and let everything settle down. Then I'm going to put it into a cube and that's it. Be done for today. Here is the pre-boil sample. I was shooting for quite a high gravity, but I'm using my grain basket in the single thing and my efficiency is really crap. And plus I think I'm about 6 litres over. I heavily oversparged. Still don't really know how to use that grain thing in there and get the measurements right, but I'm getting the hopcat anyway, so this is just to tide me over because I know when I get the hopcat it's going to be in January and at least one of these kegs is going to be gone. So I'm going to need stuff in the pipeline. And I really do like a bitter in the winter. It's a really nice, nothing offensive, nothing overly hoppy, although I can still smell the hops in there. The, what was it, East Kent Goldings, it's a nice hop. This is my Cascade APA. And damn, it's tasting good. So I missed my gravity, my pre-boil gravity by about 6 points. I haven't measured the final gravity, the original gravity yet, post-boil, which I'll do as part of the cubing because there's going to be at least 4 or 5 litres left in the kettle after I fill up the cube to the top. Anyway, just thought I would give you guys a little update on what's going on. The chances are I will do a glass side of this as well, so this might come out. I might just release this video and then link to the glass side of it later. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time, enjoying the mild weather for this time of year, and catch you on the next one. Just a quick update on the best bitter that I made. I've left it in the cube, it's Wednesday now. I thought I'm not going to be able to keg the peanut butter chocolate stout that I've got in the other fermenter, so I'll use a different fermenter, one that I haven't used for a couple of months. Now I washed it after I used it a couple of months ago, and I had all my star sand ready to do it again, but then my siphon was a bit dirty and I couldn't find a way to clean it properly quickly. So I just thought I would siphon through just a piece of tubing, siphon it, block it, dip it in star sand to sanitize it, and and then just use that, which I did, and then subsequently realized that I hadn't sanitized my fermenter. So it's been sitting there damp for 2 months. I mean, if this doesn't get infected, then damn, I'm lucky. But I did sanitize it and wash it a couple of months ago, so fingers crossed that the little drop that I had in the bottom was still sanitizer. Anyway, I'm warming up my got some WLP 002 here. This is about 2 months old as well, and to be honest, I made a beer with this a little while ago, and I vowed, from the flavour of that beer, I vowed not to use WLP 002 again. I didn't really like it, but I'm thinking perhaps it was in the style. It wasn't really a pale ale type, but maybe more a bitter type yeast. So James Morton has this as one of the ones in his recipe. Our recipe doesn't match his entirely, but it's close enough. Near as damn it, basically. And so once this is warmed up to 20 degrees, at the moment it's only about 4 or 5 degrees. I'm trying to let it warm up naturally, but I've got it close enough to a heater that it's warming up faster than just normal. And then I'm just going to chuck this in and hope it gets to work before any other nasties in that fermenter. I mean, I might have just ruined the batch, but live and learn, I guess. Don't rush these things. I spent 4 hours making a beer and 5 minutes ruining it. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I haven't posted the video yet, as you can see, so it quite possibly might end up being a tasting, or at least an adventure of constantly looking into the fermenter to see if there's some kind of a pellicle forming. Well, we'll see. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Hey guys, and season's greetings. So this is the bitter. I've got it here in the keg. No infection, we're clear there, so everything's great. I've got a little sample here that's been cold crushed, and you can see that's murky, very murky. Smells lovely, and it tastes just like you want a bitter, an extra special bitter to taste. I haven't checked the gravity yet, but obviously it's going to need a couple of weeks to settle down. Once it's on the gas, hopefully it'll settle quickly. I was worried about getting an infection with this one, but it smells fine, it looks fine, there was no pellicle, everything was just fine. I've got another, like a kit brew that I've got going on in there. It was the Choco Meister milk stout from Wilco, just a kit, and I used the sort of Mexican cerveza or whatever it's called, just the malt from that as well, the liquid. It wasn't tasting overly flavorful, so I've done half a bottle of dark rum, and I've just bought like a mix of dried fruit that you would put in a Christmas cake, basically. So it's like sultanas and all that crap. Soaked it in the rum, poured that in yesterday, so I'll leave that for a few more days to infuse or whatever, and then I'll keg it in this keg, which kicked on Friday night, and funnily enough that keg was a stout as well, so stout for a stout. Hopefully it comes out okay. I haven't got high hopes for it, but this bitter should get me through the winter, start drinking around the middle of January I think, and then should be good. So just wanted to say that let me just do a measurement to get the gravity, just so that I can finish the video off. It's 10:08, so 10:08. I'll cut this bit out. Not check. Okay, 10:08 leaves me with a 5.1%, which is around about okay, I would say. It's slightly high for a best bitter, which like the fucking judging would, I think the maximum is 4.6. Well, I know because it says it on Beersmith. But I'm not that bothered. I'm not trying to get it to the guidelines. I just wanted a reasonable strength bitter. Maybe it's a little bit too strong, but it's not going to change now, so I might as well just enjoy it. Cool guys, well I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas and a good New Year. I probably won't be brewing now until I get my Hopcat, which has been delayed till some point in January, I'm assuming late January. I should fill up the kegs, but I know my Kolsch keg is ready to kick, so I might take that down to a local Tring brewery down the road, and they're a fantastic brewery, and just buy 15 litres or something, get them to put it straight in the keg, and have some guest ale at home. They make really good ale, they make some fantastic beers there, so yeah, all the best guys, Feliz Navidad.